Welcome to another Drake Coach's Corner. I'm Ty Patton filling in for Rick Silvestrini today, and we're joined by women's golf head coach Rachael Pruett. And coach, first, a big smile on your face as you were walking in today because due to some unseasonably warm February temperatures, you guys get to go outside this week.
We do. I was just telling people yesterday that I probably check weather.com more often than I check Facebook this time of year, and we saw mid-50s, and I happened to get an email from Legacy Golf Course saying that they were going to be open today, and so we're going to get out there a little bit after 3 and get to play 9 holes. I say play 9 holes because it'll be pretty sloppy. We're just going to go have some fun and soak in the nice day. We don't let a good day go to waste in the Midwest.
Excellent. Well, 2 weeks ago, opened up your season out in Nevada. What did you see from the team in the first outing? What were you hoping to see? And, maybe what surprises were there the first time you guys were playing a live round in the spring this year?
Yeah. I was hoping to see a little bit more consistency. Having had the trip to Chile and having all 5 players who were there had the opportunity to play, and so we kind of got to knock the rust off earlier than we usually do. However, what I was really encouraged to see was the resiliency of having that poor start. We found something at the end of that round, and we're able to keep it going into the second round in the afternoon to shoot one of our lowest scores of the year, fall included. Conditions there were challenging for scoring, so I don't put all of the challenge that we had on the players. They did what they could control, and some of it was out of our control.
Gotcha. You were led throughout the tournament by one of your veterans, Madison Glennie, who led you guys with an 18th place finish. But then on the final day, I had one of your freshmen show up and shoot one of the best rounds on the team. So how does that dynamic work to have a veteran and a freshman that can both really contribute equally right out of the gate?
Yeah, Madison has had not what she would have hoped for her senior season thus far, and so it was really good to see her have a more solid showing and get her confidence back a little bit, get her scoring confidence back. She did a great job. She was not hitting the ball well at all. She'd be the first to tell you. She was playing a massive pull cut off the tee and managed it and played it and led us. And then to have Sam put together a solid round there in the end, that's what we know she can do, and we know she can do even more, and she wants to do more. And as far as the dynamic of having a newcomer and a veteran, they want what's best for each other, and they expect the best from each other. And I don't think there's a player on the team who would care if they shot 72 or their teammate shot 72. As long as someone played well, it's a collective effort. We do play an individual sport. This group that we have has a special dynamic where they truly just want everyone to play well. And of course they want to play well for themselves, but if they struggle and their teammates do well, they're just as happy.
You mentioned the resiliency a little bit ago, that you had about 20 stroke improvement between your first and second round, which obviously you don't want that big of a gap there. But as a coach, how encouraging is it to see that? And then how do you mentor and foster that and keep the team on track to lead to that type of bounce back performance?
Yeah, we talk a lot about playing golf as a math problem. It's something that Dr. Mo talks about a lot, is that a previous hole has no bearing on the one you're playing. It's not a cumulative effort. The shot you hit prior to what got you there does not dictate the next one. And just even if it was a miraculous shot and you hit the hybrid of your life to 3 feet, that doesn't make the putt any easier. Just like if you thinned it into 3 feet, still doesn't have any impact on the next shot. And we just constantly focus on that, and that's the motivation that one great shot can give you the confidence for the next great shot.
You mentioned one of the keys to that turnaround between the 2 rounds was putting. And while maybe you don't get to go outside as often as you'd like, you have resources such as the Zach Johnson room. How much of a benefit is having something like that to the program and being able to make sure that things like your putting are on point for when you do get the opportunity to compete?
Yeah, it's huge. We missed in our final round so many short putts. So the week we got back, even without my prompting, they knew they were going to be in the golf room rolling putts. And to have that space to do that is a game changer. And then to have the TrackMan now this year that through some generous donations that we were able to get, the launch monitor that gives us objective data about the shots we're hitting. We're no longer hitting shots into a net and saying, that seemed good, I think. We know whether or not it was good.
Excellent. You have a few weeks until you guys are back in action competing at Bradley. So what will be the focuses during your team's practices and workouts to improve between now and when you guys hit the course again to compete?
Yeah. Staying competitive. We play a lot of games. We get our reps in individually, and then we keep it competitive, and we try to create pressure scenarios. So we do, there's value in standing and hitting the same putt over and over, but then it's also important that you move around in the golf room and you try to make 15 3-footers in a row, but from 15 different spots, because on the course, you're putting from a different spot every time. And, when you get to that 13th, 14th putt that you've made in a row, to stop and think, okay, I'm feeling the pressure. How does this relate to what I do on the golf course? We work with teammates and we create scenarios for each other. You've got a great round going. When you're on the 16th hole, you're even par, and you've got to make this up and down to save par, and really working on that visualization and trying to create that stress and that pressure, and then execute it in practice. That way, out on the course, when you feel it in real life, you're ready for it, because you can't expect to perform well under pressure if you don't practice performing under pressure.
Excellent. Well, we look forward to seeing those lessons be put into practice in the coming days, and hope that you guys enjoy this great weather outside this week and get some rounds in. So for Rachael Pruett, I'm Ty Patton, and this has been another Drake Coach's Corner.